Hi friends, it's Raina. I wanted to let you know that the video you are about to watch is actually over a year old. This is because I decided to do a secondary channel to follow what it was like being a mermaid mom, but all of my mermaid mom content went really popular on my main channel. So I've decided to merge these channels back together. Some of the things you are going to watch may be slightly out of date, but also an interesting time capsule. I just really wanted to have all of the content back in one place. Thanks again for supporting me, and I hope you enjoy the video. Hi fish fans, and welcome to the Mermaid Family channel. Baby River is actually in bed. Fingers crossed he stays there. Fingers and fins. All the new moms know the struggles of the babies that wake up many times a night. And while baby is asleep, mommy will catch her YouTube fans up on things, won't I? Yes, I will. Before we get started, please like and subscribe. You can also subscribe to my main channel, Raina Mermaid. On Raina Mermaid, I give reviews, tutorials, unboxing videos, and more generalized mermaid videos where this channel is very specific to my life as a mother and our role as parents while also running the mermaid business. So it's really looking at just sort of that niche, that specific world of mermaiding. Basically because I feel like more needs to be done in that area, and I'm one of these types of people that as I learn things, I want to share them with others so that we can all improve the community, yeah? Like and subscribe, hit the bell if you want to get notified. I would love to have some comments. We've got about 450-ish so subscribers at the time of recording this video, which is a lot considering I've only got a few videos up and I recently launched. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I can start monetizing things, I can have more interactivity on the channel, it just opens more doors in YouTube. So I really appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate you sharing this with your mom friends, your dad friends, your merfolk friends, people who are just interested in this world. Just give it a share, give it a comment. The comments are great, it helps new people see it, but I also like the feedback. So today I want to talk about one of the gigs that we did with River. It was for Mermaid Lullaby by Brianna Corscott, which is a children's book that I have shown on here before because I took copies of it with me to the California Mermaid Convention. And this is really funny because I happened to coincidentally, weeks before this author approached me, I bought her book, The Book of Selkie, from my friend Rachel, who runs the dive bar and also runs California Mermaid Con. Now Rachel is a good friend of mine. She has a handle on Instagram, Selkie Hair. She really loves Selkies, they're her affinity. And she has a background in illustration. She's done books herself. She's huge into paper dolls. And one day I'm gonna commission Rachel to make me into a paper doll for all my fans. I think it'd be a cool perk for my Patreon folks, right? Anyway, this Book of Selkie has a paper doll set. So you've got the Selkie dress, the Selkie coat, the other clothing and stuff like this. And Brianna, who wrote these books, also did all these illustrations herself, which is really cool. She is such a talented, beautiful, and kind individual. So I had just coincidentally picked up this book for Rachel. I've been a fan of Brianna's for a long time. However, at the time I didn't know about this book yet. I knew about this, The Book of Selkie, and I knew about this book, Wildflower, which is a retelling of Thumbelina. The cool thing about Brianna is that all of her paintings are from real life. So even if she's painting mermaids, she's looking at a person as reference for that and fish as reference for that. She's got wildflower here and all the flowers, all the fauna and plants, the birds, these are all things that she has referenced in real life in her painting. And if you look her up on social media, specifically Instagram, you can see videos of her doing her paintings. She's just so talented and beautiful. I've been drawn to it. It's a local publisher, and local publishers tend to get books into really great local places. So when we took River, when he was about 6 months old, to the Museum of Natural History, I happened to notice that this bird on the cover of Wildflower had been turned into an enamel pin and that they were selling them at this museum. And I just thought that was gorgeous and it stuck out in my mind. I knew of other books by her as well because a friend of mine, Taylor Woodrick, who wrote a book called The Mermaid Handbook, which is full of recipes and folklore. I normally have a copy of it, but I lent it out to someone. So Taylor actually, when she published her book, they had Brianna do the illustrations for it, and it's a really, really beautiful book. So I've been familiar with her work. But of course, Brianna is planning this before it's actually happened, so I get a chance to see the book before it's launched. Now, I've talked about this book at length in other videos, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but you know I love it because it has baby mermaids in it, which I have dubbed merlings. They're really, really cute, and we think that there's one in here that looks a bit like River. He's got little blonde hair here, he's wrapped in kelp with his little buddy, and he's got a little orange fin here, just like River's. With this book as a companion, Brianna also made a gorgeous coloring book. I'm terrible at coloring, but I want all of these framed on my wall. They're so gorgeous. So I'm gonna commission one of my mer friends who's really good at coloring, like maybe Mermaid Emma, to color them all for me. And then when we move into a home, I'm gonna frame them and put them in my bathroom or something. But they're just absolutely beautiful. Now, everything I'm showing you is available on her website. They're available in Canadian bookstores, and I do believe they're available in some American bookstores if you Google the author's name, but you can go right to her website for distribution. So these pictures are just so beautiful. That one is one of my favorites. This is the mom with the baby. This just speaks to my heart. I feel that I'm in such a unique time right now where I'm a mother with a baby. River just turned 10 months old a few days before making this video. And in the footage that you're gonna see, he's a little bit younger, so he's about 9 months old when we're in California, and he's 9.5 months old when we're doing this gig and things. The time is going by so fast, and I really love cherishing this, especially because River is my only child due to health complications. I'm not gonna be able to safely have more children. Hopefully one day I can adopt, but I am 36 and the window for that is sort of closing too. It's quite difficult to adopt here. I could do a whole video on that. But really, the way that I'm seeing it is unless there's some sort of divine intervention, River is my only child. So him going through all these stages are kind of sad for me, you know? I'm happy that he's growing up, but I'm also sad that I'm losing my baby. He doesn't quite fit his tail the way he used to. When I first brought him home out of the hospital, this was like a sleeping bag on him. And gradually he's gotten bigger and taller, and now when he wears it, we have to stick his feet inside the foam. But my little boy is so good in this tail. This one matches one of my customs. He's so good at it. He flops it and everything. He knows what to do. He's only ever pooped in it once during a photo shoot. Mommy was not bright enough to put him in a diaper first. I just put him in his bare bum in it. I figured it would be a few minutes. Nah, he pooped in it. It's all good. I really love these baby tails. There's a set fee for these baby tails through Mertailor, and then if you want to have them customized, there's a additional custom fee on top because they do hire an artist to do that for you. So there is a fee for that artist, right? But I kind of want more tails, and I'm trying to decide if this is a good investment for me or not because, you know, River's growing so fast, but I also love them and I'm going to keep these forever. They're going to be on the little wall, and when he outgrows them, they'll be in my mermaid cave, right? So Brianna, I'm getting off topic. I'm getting all weepy about being a mother. Brianna contacted me about her book. I did not put 2 and 2 together at first. I was getting ready for California and I was, yeah, I can do this gig. I mean, it sounds really cute. And then I'm looking at the book online and gee, I recognize this art style. Where have I seen it? And then I saw the book of Selkie and Wildflower, and I realized, oh my gosh, this is like a super famous Nova Scotia author and illustrator. This is amazing. So Brianna and I hit it off right away. We're emailing back and forth in a way that I wouldn't normally email with clients because it was like we'd known each other forever. I was so excited to talk to her, throwing ideas back and forth, and I said to her, if it's okay with you, I would like to bring my baby and put him in his tail. I wouldn't normally offer him to show up at a gig like this, but I just think it's too perfect an opportunity to pass up. And then the more we got talking, I was, man, the California Con is coming up. It would be so great if you could vend your book there, but I think it's, you know, it's just too late for your publishing company to approve something like that. It's like a week out. So with mere days before my trip, she gave me a pile of these books and a pile of the coloring books, and I gave them out in California to different parents and kids that I saw to try to promote her. And Brianna and I have been talking, and maybe next year she'll actually come as an official vendor to California Con to sell some of her stuff, which I think would be so beautiful and amazing. I think so many people would buy it. This book, River's already chewed. So she did give me a free copy for River, and I gave it away to somebody in California by mistake. So I did end up buying another copy. I didn't want her to give me a free copy after she'd already given me all these free copies to give away, and she'd given me my own free copy to keep, and then I gave it away. So I did wanna spend the money to buy a new copy. I got her to autograph them for me, so she autographed this book and she autographed the others for me, so these will go in River's collection, and then when he's older and he doesn't read children's books anymore. I've always been a collector of children's books. For those who don't know, I am a licensed teacher. I haven't taught in about 10 years now, 9 or 8 years actually, but I got out of the field and I moved on to training pilots, which is what I do during the daytime, and I spend my time doing my mermaid work, and I still teach through that. So I do have this education degree, this child and youth degree, my teaching license, and I have so many books because I would collect books for my classroom. So I've kept my favorite ones. They're sentimental to me. These are sentimental to me. So if River outgrows them, I will add them to my library. Maybe one day I'll have grandkids. So Brianna and I are really vibing. She's telling me how things are gonna look, and we go to the actual event, and it's at a bookstore / cafe that is partnered up with this publisher. So the publishing company is called Nimbus Publishing, and they're a local publisher. Can't believe how many books that I know and love and have grown up with have come through this company. It's not something I really paid attention to before, but it's so amazing to see this. There's the smelly pirate book that I love, and I got to meet that author somewhere else, and there's just so many great things. So the cafe is called Open Book Coffee Cafe, and it's beautiful. There's books as soon as you walk in. There's big bright windows and spaces for sitting down to have your coffee, and you can buy a book, and there's pastries and things. Really beautiful stuff. Outside, she's got this tent set up. She has trays of mermaid cookies that she's made. She's got snacks for the kids. She's got crowns that the kids can color and glue things on and then cut them out and wear them, and the kids start doing that. They all show up and they start doing that. She has her own daughter working one of the booths to manage selling the art prints, and then she has another daughter who's younger and her best friend, and they're kind of helping arrange the crowd and stuff, and they loved River. So right away they kind of jumped in with River and they were helping with River. There's a blanket down, and she has all these custom throw pillows that look like seaweed and seashells and everything, and it was just beautiful. We had a beautiful day. So I was hired to basically just be Raina, be present, take photos, engage with the kids, and that sort of thing. Now, since coming back from the pandemic, the pandemic is not over. We talk like it's over. It's not over. We still have to be careful, especially vulnerable people like me who have chronic illness, and like River, who are too young to get vaccinated so far. That might change. Now, regardless of where you personally stand on vaccines and masks, I don't have that privilege of not doing those things because I have chronic illness. So I have waited a really long time to be able to go out and do gigs. First of all, legally, we weren't allowed to do gigs for a very long time. Where we lived, there were very strict rules, more strict than many places in the world. Those are now laxed. We have an extremely, extremely high double and triple vaccination rate, and our numbers of cases are coming down. Even though this new variant has been so viral, it's not as deadly for most people, thankfully. River and I have already had it. Sean has not had it yet. So, you know, I'm a little nervous getting back out there, but it's gonna be outside, and the kids are gonna be spaced out, and I really believe in this client. I wanna do this, so it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna steady my nerves. I wanna promote this book for her. Let's see how it goes. The setup was beautiful. I am used to events where there's 100 kids show up. We're not having those events, are not happening right now. People either aren't hosting events like that, or when they do host events like Brianna's amazing book release, you're getting a fraction of that. So we had a smaller group, but they were a really, really good group, and they were really engaged. And because it was a smaller group, I was able to talk to every single child. I was able to talk to the parents. We were able to sit together and look at the book. We had River in his tail, and they were all talking to River. We ate snacks together. I got right down on the floor with these kids. It was really sweet, and it just filled up my soul in a way that I have missed so much. And from the parenting end of things, I've got Sean with me. The client has approved of us bringing River. We have River's, we remember this time to bring his stroller, because if you remember back to my older videos, we weren't cluing in that we should bring a stroller, which is so dumb, but we just weren't thinking of it because we're new parents and sometimes you forget things. So we have his stroller, he's got sunscreen on, he's got a little hat, and there's kids entertaining him. And so from the mermaid perspective, it was an awesome gig. From the mom perspective, it was just so wonderful to spend a few hours doing something where I was allowed to have my son with me and we could enjoy that together. And he was just so happy and so well behaved, and he was so cute with his little fin. We stuck around when things ended. We helped tidy up a bit. We bought a few things. We had some snacks. Sean took tons of pictures and video, which we're gonna give to Brianna so that she can use them on her own social media for promotion. I took some pictures and video. We've got some TikToks. We've got some Instagram reels of the content, which was really nice. I just wanna get the word out about this woman's beautiful art, because even if you're not a child, these are great collector pieces to own. If you like, you know, adult coloring books, her coloring books are gorgeous. And you know, if maybe the books aren't your thing, but you appreciate the artwork, she has beautiful, beautiful art prints and little art books that you can get. And like I said, those enamel pins and stuff like that, they're just, her work blows my mind. She's so stunning and she's so sweet. Actually, her older daughter was so taken with River that she offered for babysitting. This is the thing I love about doing gigs in Nova Scotia. It's like everybody's just so connected. It's such a sense of community. So when this booking was finished, we had to go to a wedding, and I still had the mermaid makeup on my eyes, and I got rid of the wig and everything, but I did the wedding, and that was really fun, and I got recognized there as Raina the mermaid, and it was just something that I was so nervous to do. It's okay, we really should start doing gigs. Our company needs the money, and I need to start feeling what it's like to have River with me at these things, and it just went perfect. And she was a perfect client. She was so amazing. It was just wonderful, and honestly, our company really needs the money right now. Every company I know is hurting during the pandemic. We certainly are. We had to make most of our money online through the pandemic because we could not work in person. And it's just, you know, we're getting by the skin of our teeth, and so these sort of gigs financially really help get caught up on things, really help us make sure that we've got everything we need. And it was sunny. One of the thoughts I had that crossed my mind is when I was in California, it very rarely rains. So those mermaids don't often have to plan for bad weather. They have to plan for it being too hot. Here in Nova Scotia, it's like a Russian roulette. You have no idea if it's gonna rain, if it's gonna be thunder and lightning. Even though the forecast can tell you it's sunny, like 15 minutes later it can get freezing. The joke is if you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. So that is something I always have to be a little bit weary of with gigs too. And Brianna took that into consideration. And she was saying, you know, we'll do it inside the cafe if we need to. And I'm glad we didn't have to do it inside the cafe. It was so nice out. The girls liked how I had sparkles and stickers on my face, so they started using the art stickers and put them all over their face, and it just became so elaborate and so funny. It was really great. It was a nice mix of boys and girls, nice mix of toddlers and their older siblings. It's really wonderful. It was really wonderful. I really enjoyed it. So that is one of our latest gigs and a real success story. Just filled me up and made me happy, and Sean was a wonderful help. So yeah, I've got a few more of these stories I'm going to be sharing across this YouTube. I can't wait to tell you more about them. Of course, we're going to actually go into detail and talk a little bit more about our California trip and the different things we did there. And if there's any content you want to see, please leave me a comment, but please don't forget to check out my other channel because that's got more rounded content if that's what you're looking for. Also, we're on Patreon. Patreon.com/RainaMermaid is a really great way to support us. You can spend as little as $2 or $3 a month. You get tons of resources, tons of behind the scenes footage, tons of early news. We have some big things coming up that I can't speak about publicly yet, but I talk about them on Patreon. So it's a really cool way to just be in the know. Pinky has jumped up on the table. She wants to be in the video. So patreon.com/RainaMermaid. And finally, if you want a tale like Rivers or you want your own adult version, We have a discount code with Mertailor. It's Raina10, all capitals. It gets you 10% off fabric products only, but that can save you a lot in today's economy. That full disclosure, that 10% comes back to us, and I roll it right back into the business. It helps us keep Halifax Mermaids running. It helps us keep things insured. It helps us rent pools when we need to do training. It helps us replace our gear. It's not a profit thing. It's money that literally gets put right back into making these videos and content for you. So we definitely appreciate it a lot when you use our code. Our code also works at slip-ins, and it also works at goggles, and you can get 10% off those products as well. So thanks for checking us out, and I really hope you will check out Brianna Scott and Mermaid Lullaby and all her other beautiful content. Best fishes!